Hi, I'm Sean Hyde, and this is From the Desk of Sean Hyde. Today, I want to mention a little bit about Excel, one of the tips and tricks that I use to help navigate my workbook fairly quickly. So, on this sheet I have up in front of us, this is a listing of all of the sheets that I have in my Excel workbook. And these are links. I can click here and I can go to any one of those links. I have off the side, way over there, the Sheets link that brings it back to the SheetNames sheet. So all of these different links will take me to whatever sheet in the valuation project I want to go look at. So I want to show you how to build that, how to put that together. And the way it works is pretty simple. Well, before I get into that, I want to point out I inserted this sheet here from the desk of Sean Hyde, brand new, before I updated this macro. So I want to click this button here and watch everything here change. All of a sudden, from the desk of Sean Hyde shows up right there. Now, if I were to delete everything in this column, well, the hyperlinks go away as well. That's by design, because if there's nothing to link to, why show a link? Click the button again, and there they are. So this is how I get all of those sheet names to show up. And then the hyperlink function is a simple formula. So you can see that there. And it just takes you right to it. See down here, ratio chart 5. And go back to this particular link. So because I inserted that one sheet name in front of sheet names, it's going to take me to this sheet instead of this sheet, which is sheet names. That's okay. The link will still work. So let me show you how that was built. How I built that is a little piece of VBA code that was given to me by a friend of mine years and years and years ago. So first things first, we can share this part here. So we're going to save this as a macro-enabled workbook. That's very important. Save. And now we can go to the Developer tab. If you don't have the Developer tab enabled, that's a fairly easy one to look up. You can Google that, how to activate the Developer tab. Once you have it enabled, the Developer tab, and click on Visual Basic, that opens up a screen that's not over here. Let's bring it across. So here's where the Visual Basic is. And sheet 1 is where we're at. So we're going to put some code in here. I'm going to share this code in the comments below on this video, but I'm going to copy it from this other source here, paste it there. Just copy and paste. I'm going to put that code in the sheet for you guys to have. Then we're going to close it. So now what we're going to do is go back to the Developer tab, insert a button, control, let's just draw one out. And we want macro name, sheet names. Okay. Right click on here to edit text. Click here to update sheet list. Sure. And click the button. We only have one sheet in this database. So let's change the zoom so you can see that. Let's drag this button over. You got to right click to select it. There we go, over here. Let's insert a sheet. Sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. Go back to sheet 1. Let's change this name. Alt-H-O-R. I'm going to call it Sheet Names. Click here. Click off it to get unselected. Click here, and there's the list. So there's that. Now let's build in that. Add the hyperlinks here. Let's go equals. Start typing hyperlink. I'm going to hit the tab key to finish typing in that function. I'm going to do open quote. I'm going to put in the hashtag sign, then apostrophe, close quote, then ampersand sign, and then I want to click on cell A1. Now I would like that to stay always pointing in column 1, so I'm going to go ahead and lock it. F4 3 times to lock the column reference. Then ampersand, and then I believe it's quote. Nope, that's apostrophe. Quote, then apostrophe, then exclamation point. Then we want sheet names, that's the name of the sheet. I'll click on it again. And we're not going to lock that one because it's going to be here in the text. Close quote. And I think we just put the close pair, and that should put the hyperlink in place. Let's copy that, paste it down. Let's go to sheet names 4 in cell A1. But how do we get back again, right? And how do we make it look pretty? We'll do that in a little bit. First off, to get back, let's make it look pretty first. Let's do that. So in here we have this link location. Then you see if we put a comma here, the bold part changes to friendly name. So I'm going to do this little formula. If A1, click on that, does not equal blank, just 2 quotes, comma, show A1, else blank, close quote. So there, now it looks prettier. We can go ahead and copy that down. I'm going to copy this one right here. We're going to go to sheet 4. I'm going to paste this wherever we want. I don't know, here in column O. But it's pointing at A and N over there, right? So instead of that, we're going to make some changes. So instead of A1, let's change the zoom here so you can see what I'm doing. Make that bigger. Move it over here a little bit. F2. There we go. That's a little bit bigger. Can we change it still? Change the zoom. All right. Hopefully that'll work. So we have the hyperlink. We have the quote in place. But now instead of ampersand and all that, let's just type in directly right here between all those things. The name we want to go to is sheet. I think there's a space in it. Yep. Names. And A1 is good. And then for friendly name, we don't want to do this other magic stuff. We want to always say sheet names. So let's just put the apostrophe, and we'll go to sheet, oops, there we go, names, apostrophe, exclamation point, let's block it, A, always 1. We want to say that all the time. And we don't need that second parent, so there we go. So now, there we go. So now I have sheet names here. I can go back from sheet 4 to my directory. Let's go back to sheet 4. So I want that formula in all of the sheets. I'm going to copy. I'm going to hit F2 in the keyboard to copy the whole formula. So I have that copied. And now I'm going to select sheets 3 and 2 in addition to sheet 4. Hit the F2 key on cell G1. Paste the formula there, and now if I go back to sheet 2 and sheet 3, it's there. It's not linking though. Well, it is linking, it just doesn't look like a link. Okay, good. Let's go to sheet 3 again. It just doesn't look like a link. All right, but it is a link. Alternatively, you can just paste it in every sheet you want. Oops. You know, just paste it one at a time. You can do it that way too. That works. I like doing it all at once if I can. It usually shows up as a link. Anyway, that instead of clicking always through all these little arrows down here, you can just click on these links. Sheet 4, go back. Sheet 3, go back. So on and so forth.